Hello, hello everyone. How are you this evening? Welcome to Creators on the Crest live Q&A tonight. Woohoo! Let's go. All right, all right. I've got the notifications going out here, so let's make sure that this gets sent out. Let's just see. Yep, there it is. And we've got sound. Okay, I already see some folks dropping in. First of all, I just want to say thank you to everyone who has been sending all your good vibes and well wishes my way for my healing. Some of you know, for about a week, I was pretty ill and just had to rest and nourish my body. It was difficult to try to push through. And it's something that I've been working on doing. When I worked in the corporate world, I used to try to push through all the time and just go, go, go. And so, being a proponent and a mentor who speaks very highly of self care, it was different for me to really actually take care of myself and get the proper rest. So, but when you do, you come back all the stronger. And I just really appreciate you all so much. Y'all have been so supportive. And I just really, really, really am touched by all your kind words and well wishes and the messages that I got. Girl Gone, awesome to see you. And I am feeling better. Yay. I'm still healing. There's still a little healing going on. There's still clearing going on, but much better. AM is here, AM, and you dropped a question in. Perfect. Yay. I'm so excited. Drop your question or your theme in the chat and we'll get going in just a moment. I appreciate your kind words. Karen's here. Aligned Rebel is here. Yay. Aligned Rebel, that's Courtney. Hey, how are you? Oh, it's so good to see you. Yes, so feel free, all of you, feel free to drop a question in the chat. And if you don't have a specific question, you can always ask for, just your highest and best message that's most important for you to receive. We're going to start with AM. AM is starting us off, and it says, "Will travel be safe in early May this year?" And we're using the Gilded Tarot Royale this evening, okay? Will travel be safe in May? Let's get our energy around that. Yeah, because there's those times where there might be retrogrades going on, and off the top of my head, I do not have those dates in my mind, but you know and then we all have personal charts with personal transits that could affect the energy. Let's Since you're asking about traveling too, the oracle card I'm going to use for UAM is from the Sacred Traveler oracle cards. I like to pull two tarot cards and an oracle card for these readings tonight, but if you're just joining, hello, hello, drop your question or your theme, or just ask for your highest and best messages. Okay, I'm rolling up these sleeves. Drop your question or your theme, or just ask for your highest and best messages. Okay, I'm rolling up these sleeves. All right, AM for in early May this year. Yes, I do get that it's safe, but it comes with, oh gosh, it feels like a little bit of agitation. This could be with like the planning or kind of what I'm getting. Like, let's say if you're plane traveling, it kind of seems like, you're at you're getting ready to board in one location and they're like, oh, the plane didn't pass this check. Everybody needs to move to this other gate. This is what I'm kind of feeling, kind of like this redirect energy. And the reason why is because the Nine of Swords comes up, and that means there's a little bit of stress. Now, if it's like driving on the road, you're taking a road trip or something like that, that's going to mean like a traffic jam or a backup somewhere along the way, right? Something that causes a little bit of stress, but it's a minor arcana card. It will pass. I'm not really getting the sense that it's unsafe. It seems more like just be prepared to kind of roll with the punches, and just be aware that there might be some delays that cause a little bit of stress. You could be witnessing that in yourself or the people around you as you travel. The reason I think you're nice and safe is we've got the Ace of Pentacles here. So I do think your safety is just fine. We've got a nice, secure, solid earth kind of energy here with this ace. It's being held by a super strong buck, right? We have this, and in the antlers are being held this beautiful golden pentacle. So, as far as the safety and the container being safe that you travel in, the answer is yes for you. It's safe. Just keep in mind the stress. I think this is kind of like a little road bump, delay, redirection, something along those lines. But whatever this trip is for you, you got watching clouds. Lie back, the side, lie back, rest, and relax. So, whatever this traveling is, it definitely, if it's like a business travel, you definitely want to build in like an extra day for yourself for R&R, for like, spa, meditation, relaxation, sightseeing, something that you would really enjoy, that you can relax, sit back and enjoy. That's definitely coming up. Be sure to build in that time. If this is fully recreational, it looks like once you reach your destination, finally that deep breath comes, and you can just really enjoy the environment that you've chosen to be in, which is really great. So it's looking safe, although a little stressful there, maybe in May, with maybe some delays going on, but nothing that can't be overcome. All right. Yes, I'm sounding better and better each day. Yes, it's like so helpful too. I'm like, yay. Um, my what happened was my eardrum actually perforated and it burst when I was sick, and so it's healing now. I'm being very careful to like sleep on the other side and keep it dry and just let it do its healing. You can't like clear your nose really strongly or anything because you want the tympanic membrane to heal. So that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. It's hard because like when I'm trying, like if I need to sneeze, I'm always scared it's going to put too much pressure. So I have to try to stop myself. Fun stuff, isn't it? But we're going to let it heal up, and we're going to trust the body's innate healing powers. Yes, good to see you. Okay. Okay, Karen. Karen says, specific message about how to release some of my overwhelm. What do the cards say? We're using the Gilded Tarot Royale for everyone today. I see Courtney dropped in a message, and wonderful. Okay, Karen, how to release some of my overwhelm. What do the cards say? Okay, so you definitely have the intention to release it, which is very, very good. Yay. Definitely going to release the overwhelm, but how to release some of the overwhelm. All right, and I'm going to get a cosmic energy oracle card for right in the middle here. It's very interesting. I think you have two paths here, Karen, two helpful types of paths that are going to kind of come up here. One of them has to do with something you've already been talking about, which is getting out and making new friends in the community. So I'm just going to go to the oracle card first. Friendship. Cherish friendships. They are the harbors for your soul. Now, I realize when you're to a new place, sometimes it takes a minute to make friends. You have to like try different arenas, different environments, different communities. Um, what I'm kind of getting for you is to maybe check out the local homeschool moms group. That might be a good way to begin to meet people. And sometimes the people you meet right off the bat, you're kind of like, eh. And I kind of see you, I kind of feel you like sorting through this. So I don't think it's going to help your overwhelm like right off the get go. But there's something about sinking and settling into friendship and having the community maybe of other moms or women around for you that is really going to help. I think it has to do with how busy moms, they just kind of naturally understand and have empathy and compassion for other busy moms in life. The Three of Cups comes in here. Now, on a social level, the Three of Cups is about coming together. This could be a card representing sisterhood, where you're meeting new people, making new friends in your new location, to begin to form that support system. If you can get a little bit of that glue in there, like just to get the foundation starting to set, right? Doesn't all have to be built overnight, right? Was it Rome wasn't built in a day or whatever, but the beginnings to do this are coming up. So even just the action of like searching on Facebook groups for homeschool groups, online community, just first to kind of connect in and see what people are doing. That's how you can begin to lay that foundation and prevent, future overwhelm, or the what I want to say is like the extension of this overwhelm leading, going on for months. I think you can curb some of that. The other thing I'm really getting in this card as I hold it a little closer is the flow and the movement. And I'm specifically seeing you like physically, somatically, your body like shaking it off and bouncing. This is what I see. I don't know if you have one of those little mini trampolines, but you can just bounce too, just bounce at home on the standard ground. But just shake some of this off, this movement, this flow, this dance. And if your body needs to move another way, that's great, but there's going to be the active energy of going to meet new people and forming sisterhoods and friendships. And then there's going to be, just shaking it off your body, letting it go. The Page of Pentacles comes up, and this is kind of the other path energy. I do believe it complements and it goes along with this Three of Cups energy as far as the movement, but the page indicates something new. It indicates something new and taking those steps. We have the peacock here, right here, symbol of Kuan Yin, compassion. Again, that's who you need to surround yourself with. And the page represents some sort of structured action that you take in the real world. This could also indicate you taking a little time to work with the elements. We're still in the year of the wood snake. I know that you woodcraft and you work with driftwood and you make beautiful things. Getting your hands on that. So in those moments where it's like, well, there's no group activities, I'm not taking a moment right now to try to get to know somebody. Let me kind of get in with that art. Maybe it's, if you can, I know the weather has been snowy and stuff, but there might be some pieces to collect there out in nature. Offering yourself that same level of compassion that you would expect and appreciate out of friendships as well. That's all going to help release the overwhelm. And when it gets to be like you just filled up with too much, the bouncing, the shaking, and just, really, really just letting it go into the earth, letting it go into the earth and letting the earth do her job to help support you as well. All right. Whew. And definitely hoping that that overwhelm subsides sooner than later, because that can take a toll and really, factor in with anxieties we feel. Okay. And I'm just looking through the messages. Okay. We have a small group tonight, which is fine. If you've just joined and you'd like to get a free mini reading, you can drop a question or a theme in the chat or just ask for your highest and best message. Okay. So you could do all of that. Okay, Courtney, from Aligned Rebel, right? Definitely check her out. Check her channel out. She does a lot of amazing content, has very good messaging, and I'm loving it. Would like a message for her greatest good from the spirit team, from her spirit team on guidance with your purpose. Sometimes I feel like I'm doing things right and sometimes I feel like I'm not. Okay, okay. And Courtney, I am drawn to ask you, I don't know if we've ever talked about you having a tarot or an oracle deck, but this is coming up for you, and this could be for multiple of you if you like this recommendation. But Courtney, specifically for you, if you have a deck, I think it would be helpful for you to pull, or if you don't have one, you know how to contact me and I can pull one for you if you want. Um, Preferably, if you have a tarot deck, get the major arcana cards out and choose one there. There's some apps too where you know how they like spin across and then you hit and then it like gives you a card. You can do it that way as well. But I just feel like it would be helpful for you to enter this year with or proceed along this year with a theme that's going to assist with these feelings of like, okay, sometimes I'm motivated, I feel like I'm on the right track, and other times the doubts are creeping in and I feel like I'm not. So your guides are kind of saying get a tangible theme card to help support you in that this year, because I think it's something you're going to be working through. I definitely see some major arcana energy here as well. I'm going to go to the cosmic energy again for you as well for the oracle. Every year at the beginning of the year, I pick a major arcana card to work with. Some of you may have the same thing. So it's, part of my whole ritual of turning the new year. And there's plenty of time. I mean, the Gregorian calendar has changed, but we still have the Chinese New Year. We're still in the season of the wood snake, right? The year of the wood snake. And we're going to transition into the fire horse. We still have time. We have the spring equinox. We got time. Now's the time. And Capricorn season really brings in a nice energy and pace for us to do this. So that, Courtney, that's coming up directly for you, but I like sharing that because others, you might want to select a card of the year. And if you don't want to do tarot, you can always do oracle, like your favorite oracle deck or affirmation deck, and then see if you can go a little deeper into the energies. Okay, so yes, we've got one confirmation card here, Courtney, from your spirit guides that is saying you are clear on your purpose. You get the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is very clear about their direction. The clarity is there, the communication is there. So, as for you being on the right path, quote unquote, right path, you seem very aligned in it. And this knight and the horse, the shield and the horse's garb is in blue. So as far as what you're communicating, it's very clear. I would recommend also communicating those lessons and times you feel doubt, which I do believe you're doing, and put it into your story to share with others, because this feeling like going, and you're feeling great 1 week or for a series of days. And then all of a sudden you're like, is this even doing anything? Is anybody reading this? Am I reaching people? Right when that doubt creeps in, then it's like, okay, like, what do I do with this energy? And we've got an eagle here, and the eagle is the best hunter of all the predatory birds. So it's kind of like that trust in yourself that you are going to lock on to and capture exactly the right audience with your messages. There's also the Knight of Swords is very resilient. The only tendency in shadow with the of Swords here is that sometimes they can rush in, right? And in the spirit of like just getting things done and taking care of them. So the Knight of Swords can also teach us where we've kind of what do I want to say? Worked harder, not smarter, and maybe our energy precedes us at times. So that can lead to feeling a little bit of doubt. Maybe this is just that the universe needs a little time to catch up with you here as well. So maybe just making sure you're not overshooting with things and not expending energy. It's kind of like being in a certain gear on your bike and you're just kind of spinning the wheels, right? That would be the shadow recommendation and the medicine that you can use to overcome this. Now, you have a major arcana card here, which is kind of the opposite of the Knight of Swords. So in your energy, what I'm seeing is kind of like there may be some judgments running on the masculine and some judgments running in the feminine, but these two energies are here and they want to come into alignment. Your spirit guides are kind of showing it to me like there's like a tapestry that is your vision, and you're bringing together like one color scheme of threads with another color scheme of threads, and it's your masculine and feminine energies coming into alignment, so your active energies and your receptive energies. You got the Empress, it with which is one of the most, receptive. The Empress is very attractive energy. It's very nurturing. It's not going to be the kind of energy that overshoots, right? Like the night. So you may be kind of going through, what they're showing it as is like the pace of one aspect of what you're doing is getting ahead of another aspect of what you're doing. And so in your mind, you're like, well, this is right, but is this right? Right? Because the pace isn't quite aligned yet. And the Empress comes in with the more powerful message since it's major arcana. The Knight of Swords wants attention and it will go out there and get it. It will go for things, but the Empress is more, what's the word, tempered. She has more patience. She's allowing things to grow. It's a growth that goes along with cycles and goes along for the long term. And when I'm seeing her in this card, behind her is the zodiac wheel. And in my mind's eyes, I feel like your guides are also showing me the Wheel of Fortune card, so that could be an important card for you this year as well, as far as like the timing of things. But your guides are also saying, believe in the miracles, keep the faith. And we have like some beautiful, what appears to be this beautiful constellation kind of reaching down to meet with these beautiful sparks coming from the plants here, and they're going up to meet the light. So this could represent those two, energies that you're holding. The Knight of Swords is up there in the sky, and the communication is out there, and it's very seen and very active. And the Empress energy here is rising up from Mother Nature, from the earth, from your connection, embodiment. And your miracle point is somewhere here in the middle. And that's what you're moving to. But they're also saying keep the faith. So keep the faith that you are on the right track and that your messages are sound and that is looking good for you. Okay? All right. I'm going to scroll on down and get to the next question. Let me see. I see some more people come in. Okay, great. I see some more questions dropped in. Let me just make sure I'm going in order. Give me just a minute. Oh, yeah, that elk that was in yours, Karen, was totally cool. Travel can be stressful, can't it, AM? Sometimes it can be. Even if you plan really, really well, it can still be stressful. Yeah. That's okay, girl gone. Okay, it looks like Ashley. Hello, Ashley. Ashley is here. Can I get a message for your dating life? My ex and I just broke up. I feel confused about him, asking for the past or present or future, though, whatever comes through. Okay, so it kind of seems like, Ashley, this is fresh, and you really just want to know, okay, what in the world is going on here? I'm confused. And that's quite, a natural reaction. Let's get a couple cards for you here. Okay. Hmm. I'm also going to get a timing card for you. This is the Cosmic Timing Oracle because I want to see just kind of like how long you're dealing with these energies. We do have a couple different things going on here. All right. So Ashley, on the one hand, with this connection, you get the Four of Wands. To me, this shows the potential, and I'm going to quote unquote potential here because you know how sensitive people will sometimes pick up on the potentiality of relationships. I do believe this connection with this person had the potential to be quite structured. Now, I am getting that maybe, and I don't mean structured in a bad way. I mean like foundational, like long lasting structural, like integrity of the relationship. But I am picking up on a little bit of fear from someone, could be him, could be you, about the commitment involved here. All right. Commitment is tricky because it comes, the fears we have around it come from deep out of the subconscious. All right. So on the one hand, we can see, oh my goodness, this has this potential and, this possibility of really feeling great and feeling grounded and feeling accomplished in this connection and what we're able to achieve together. Okay, so you have that energy. I'm not surprised you're confused. And the other energy that comes up is this Ten of Wands, which is a card of a burden, too heavy a burden. Now, this could indicate one or the other, or both of you feeling like the commitment was just like that possibility, even though it was like beautiful and good, is just too much to carry. This could feel like one or the other of you feeling like um, that entering into this and committing to it for the long term would burden you in some way, shape, or form. Could have to do with one's own issues, though, like trying to bite off more than they can chew, or imagining that they're going to have to end up providing in some way that means extra work for them. This could also be a card that indicates an energy of someone maybe doesn't want to put in the work, or they don't have the strength or ability to put in the work here. All right. Mm. And it could be from their own tendencies. I don't really see it as like a reality in the connection with this person. Time will tell on this. It's up to you on the card here. It's really up to you whether you reach back out or try to reconnect. I do see, with the wands, the fire energy, I do see the passion and attraction there, but we all know that it takes more than passion and attraction to sustain a relationship over the long term. I don't feel like you need to do anything right now. I think sometimes when we feel confused, we need to sit with that confusion. And I even think that's why I'm not saying like this is him or this is you. I think both of you are carrying these energies most likely. And so that's why it's confusing, because you see what it could become, you see what it could be for the long term, but there's also sacrifice and work that has to be put into that. And if somebody's not feeling fully confident that they can live up to that, then it may have resulted in this coming apart. Okay, it's up to you. I wouldn't rush anything. I would take your time with it. Let yourself feel the confusion, right? You will get the clarity as you go, but sometimes we just need to be in the place where we're confused. It sometimes in those early phases of a relationship ending, we're not seeing everything right away. So I get the sense of like it's really up to you. Obviously, don't override your own intuition with it, but you don't have to rush into trying to figure this out as to why, or getting back in connection. That's what's coming through for you. All right. And I really feel that presently you being with yourself and that confusion is an important part of your journey. It's an important part of what you're learning, and is important for you to learn from this connection. Okay, let me keep going here. Simran Zero. Hi, may I have a reading on my career? Sure, you may. All right. And I see your other messages. I'm just kind of skipping to the questions so I can get in as many people as possible. Simran, it's nice to see you again. I know you've been here before. Yes, you're here. Good. Okay. You can have a reading on your career. Okay. What is going on for Simran with career? Hmm. And the themes of the collective start to come out. Anytime we get in a group like this, there start to be themes that come out for multiple people. Um, Dang, this is causing you stress, isn't it? Let me get you a Sacred Traveler Oracle card. I feel like, Simran, this is causing you stress, this situation with your career right now, or you're stressed about something. Frustration. Yeah. So here's the Nine of Swords. Remember, kind of AM got this around like traveling. All right. Um, I don't think there's any problem, Simran, with you attracting in like the offers that you need or desire from a high level perspective. Like I do feel energies coming your way. What it feels like is that none of them seem to fit the bill for you, you know? And I am one, I would never tell you to lower your expectations with what you have for your own career and your path forward. I think far too many of us settle and limit ourselves, right? I will say though that if it's a matter of financial security, sometimes we have to do something different in the short term. And that may be what's coming up for you. So you just dropped in the chat, like none of that align. None of them are aligning, right? Yeah, a lot of energy is coming your way. So there's some sort of, there's either a timing issue or a lesson here. Um, the Five of Cups comes up, which is a natural energy that comes along with the frustration. There's a bit of feeling down about this and feeling sad about it. And I would say the universe is kind of getting that like miracle card that like Courtney had. I'm going back to that, even though I didn't draw that for you. Just having and keeping the faith, because the Five of Cups is a card where, yes, there are some cups that are being focused on, like all these things that have come toward me, they haven't aligned and the cups are turning over, but behind are the upright cups. So something is still yet to come that will be in alignment for you. It just hasn't shown up yet. In the meantime, you might need to figure out like a short term kind of thing, right? If you're not already employed, or like a supplemental. It kind of feels like a supplemental, a stepping stone kind of option. You do have stepping into your power. You are strong beyond measure. So, as far as you having the resilience, Simran, to get through this, your resilience and your tenacity is there. And I think if I'm to tell you to lean into any superpowers that you have, it's your resilience and your tenacity. I do think it's important for you to select something that you really resonate with, that is in alignment for you. And that means alignment with the kind of schedule you want, with the kind of pay you're going to receive, with the opportunities for growth. You want those things to line up and not settle for less. So you may have to be leaning into your resilience. But I also feel, it feels like I'm getting kind of a bubbly energy, like more is coming, more is coming. Like it's like putting water in a pot over fire and you're waiting for it to boil. Okay. And I'm seeing like these bubbles start to move faster and faster, and like the energy is beginning to move. So it could be one of these situations where you're going along and nothing aligns. Then all of a sudden you have multiple things and you're like, And then you have the other problem of like these are both aligning, or there's more than one thing that's aligning. What decision do I make? Right. So you may kind of run into that because I feel like a lot of energy coming up for you there. All right. Thank you so much, Simran. Thank you. And Nancy G's here. I've got a whole bunch of people, and I'll try to pronounce your names as I get to them here as best I absolutely can. Just a reminder for anyone, these readings are offered for free, but if you resonate with your reading and would like to make a donation, at the top of the chat, I do have links for Venmo and PayPal, and I definitely appreciate any support of the channel. So thank you so much. Okay. Thank you, Simran. And we've got Tressa at Yourself Evolved. How can I choose the best opportunity that may be coming that aligns with my purpose and goals? Wow, I can tell y'all have been working on purpose and goals. My goodness, you guys are on it. You're definitely paying attention to it. And that's beautiful. But you want to make the best choice for the best opportunity. How can you choose the best opportunity? What energies are going to be helpful for you in this? And let's get you a cosmic energy oracle card as well. Okay, so I've got Tressa here. Gotcha, Courtney. Courtney has her decks. Okay, and then I have Seon 28. Hello, hello. You're up next after Yourself Evolved here. All right, what's this energy for Yourself Evolved? Okay. Hope and faith coming up a lot for everyone as well. What I get here for you, Tressa, is you have to stake your claim. You have to draw the line in the sand for what you're going to accept. And it's almost like I'm kind of seeing this front wand, almost like I'm imagining it like a lightning rod, okay, where you're going to like stick it in the ground, and then that lightning is going to be attracted to it and like illuminated. Okay. So if you're looking for clarity, let's say you do have some choices and opportunities floating around. There's this window of time where you're going to say, these are my non negotiables. I'm staking my claim, kind of like Simran. I know what I want. I want something that's aligned here. And then the universe is going to respond with what feels like a lightning moment. Feels like the energy may come in rather fast and just light up the clarity for you. But I think this needs to be almost like ritualized in the sense of you maybe doing like a physical meditation. It could be outside. You could do it symbolically, like with a stick or something, like I'm staking, like one of those garden sticks or something, and you just like claim it. And you have a little like place outside where you're acknowledging that, maybe in your yard, a little almost like a nature's altar or nature's lightning rod. And then attracting that will attract that energy in. I think as far as you having all the tools in your toolkit, you've got them. You've got all these wands back here to work with. You've already got the tools in your toolkit there. So now it's just about getting that zing of like, this is the one. This is the one that aligns. This is the one that is going to make me feel the best. And you do want to feel the best. You got the 6 of Wands. So a lot of fire energy coming up for y'all. Remember, I said we're going to be moving into the year of the fire horse. I think that happens on February 17th. That's not that far away, a little over a month away. I think we're going to be having a different conversation than we are now, especially around career and purpose and goals. You've got the 6 of Wands here, successful. This is where you are being seen. Here's how you're being seen by others. You're being hired, or your course or whatever you're working through is getting the attention. So be ready for that. I feel like it's like, again, a lightning strike. I'm surprised I didn't get the tower card, but in a good way. I kind of feel the tower card here for you. Like it's just coming in and it's going to like rock your world because it aligns with everything. In the meantime, you're asked by the universe to remain hopeful. Hope is the light in the darkness. Never extinguish it. And because you got two sets of wands energy here, that's never extinguish the light. This could also be like, I just kind of see like a lighthouse energy, or like the Olympic torch. You know how they always keep the Olympic torch lit or whatever? It's like having something that's perpetually lit. Now, please don't, set anything on fire or leave fire unattended, right? Because we know it can be wild or whatever, but maybe you can ritualize this a little bit in your meditations and in your somatic practices and work with that energy a bit more. Again, it feels like energy is building for you. Okay, wow, all right. Thank you, Tressa. I'm just going to go down here. Cyan, 28 would like a career reading. And then I've got Amina up after Cyan. And I hope I'm saying that right. Cyan. Career reading. What is up for you professionally? Okay. Whoa. Seems like things are up. The cards just went a flying for you here. Okay, for the career. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh my. Okay. Let's get you I want to get you a timing card here. What's clear, Cyan, in your reading is that whatever this is to do with your career, it is very aligned to do with what you love, and working with like individuals that you love. There's a lot of love and a lot of positive emotions that are going along with this. I'm going to get a timing card here. This is really cool. Actually. So I will say for you, working with water energy is super duper powerful for your focus on your career and your professional world. Okay. Your profession. You It's very important for you to work professionally in ways that sustain you and fill you up, because you have this gift with your energy that when you feel filled up, you feel respected, you feel valued, okay? You feel properly paid, you feel like you're giving in the way that you're meant to give. You have this unique energy that amplifies. Okay, there's an amplification kind of sense that I'm feeling here, and it makes the entire environment better. It's like it has the influence to make people around you feel better, think more clearly, work better. I don't know what your human design is or if you've ever taken that test, but it feels like projector energy to me, where you come in the right environment, you have this very penetrating aura about you. And even if you're not a projector in human design, it really just feels like you have this great loving energy. So when your cup is full, like everybody's successful and happy around you. If you can channel that into a leadership opportunity, I think that's really great for you. The major arcana card you got was the Lovers. Okay. Now, of course, this can mean if you're not in a relationship that you could meet someone professionally speaking that is your partner or is your match. If you are in a relationship, this could mean that that energy between you and your partner is very much supported by you having this successful career. And it could even indicate that the type of partnership you need in your life is one that helps you keep your cup full so that you can have this very positive effect. It feels very like philanthropic. I feel like multiple people benefit when you're in a good place professionally and when you're able to really like shine your light. All right. But it does rely on you not being exhausted and worn down and stressed out, but being valued and nurtured and really supported in these environments, because then you're able to amplify the energy. Right now, It feels like you're building on that. That's becoming more and more and more a part of your world, a part of your life. Within a year, I feel like your career, your professional life is going to be completely transformed. I feel like you are going to be seen. Look at all these books, all this knowledge and wisdom, like as an expert in your field, like someone who's acknowledged and is renowned for what they're able to accomplish. And the good news is with your energy is just that it looks like everybody feels good when they're around you and doing it. So it just feels really good for you career wise this year. This will be your year to level up in career. All right. All right. Amina is up next. Amina 02957 and then Marissa Smith. So I've got Amina and then Marissa. Amina would like to know, my question is, how can I get closer to Mike? Okay. Okay, Mike and Amina. How can Amina get closer to Mike? Okay. Oh, okay. I want to see, let me see what kind of energy is going on with the sacred traveler here. Is Mike kind of elusive, like, or hard to read? I kind of get the sense of like a little hard to read, a little elusive here. Or maybe just kind of like there's a wall that Mike has up, possibly. You got the Page of Pentacles. This is a similar energy to what we got before. All right. I think there's going to be this energy that you have to get comfortable with of carrying compassion for Mike. Mike to me seems a bit avoidant. Okay. There might be like a little avoidant quality going on there, or just very slow to open. All right. Slow to open. The Page of Pentacles, it's an earthy energy. It's very curious. All right. So I do feel like Mike is very curious about you and about the situation, but it may take a little time to open up. And the more you can have compassion for Mike's pace and energy, the more he may feel safe. It does feel like Mike's the kind of energy where if he feels like force coming toward him, he will repel kind of energy. So it's almost kind of better to keep Mike a little bit curious and guessing. It takes him a little longer, it feels like, to warm up, to open up to someone, especially when there's depth and attraction there, which I think there is. You got the Moon card, and this to me speaks to what it feels like Mike's energy is there's a lot of depth there, but he keeps it hidden. And he could be aware that you're aware there's more there and you want to get closer to it. And that frightens him a little bit here. So I would just move with a gentle understanding with Mike, with a lot of compassion for his timing and pace, which may be a bit slower. I think if you approach things like hanging out together with things that are shared interest, where the focus can be on the third thing, it makes him a little more comfortable, where it may not be a focus on like, we're going on a date to get to know each other better, but it could be like, we're hanging out and we're going to watch this movie, which we know we both love this genre or whatever, right? So you kind of focus on that. And for this relationship, you get overcoming obstacles. You can overcome anything. It feels to me, Amina, like you have it in you to know what's worth waiting for. And if anyone can pull the sword out of the stone, that is Mike, right? It will be you, and you can overcome it. You may just have to be very patient and take a very steady and gentle approach with Mike because he's quick to repel. Could just be some of his own fears. Like I said, a bit avoidant, maybe childhood stuff, can sometimes influence us to be that way. Past relationship that might have left him a little rocked or something. So move gently, and I think you'll have more success. And just finding that common ground of things you can discuss and talk about and moving slowly into those energies is looking like it would be really beneficial for you. Okay, Marissa Smith, hello. Will Vaughn, the Gemini man, reach out to see me again soon? So we have Vaughn, Gemini man, and Marissa. Okay, Marissa, let's get to it. Hello, hello. Metaphysical dynamics. Hello, hello. How are you? Osas, I see you too. I see you too. I'm trying to see everybody here, but we've got Marissa here up next, and then I will scroll down here. Marissa, will Vaughn the Gemini man reach out to see me again soon? And we're going to go with the Cosmic Timing Oracle deck here because there's reaching out, and then it's like, well, what's the potential of when it will be? Of course, this, timing is a little hard to lock down. And I think the further we get into Fire Horse, the year of the Fire Horse, is going to get a little murky there, but we'll see what we can come up with here. All right, so no doubt about it for you, Marissa. There's attraction on your side, and he's attracted to you, seeing you in this Queen of Wands energy, like, woo. This one's like, this fire, this is fun. This is fire. There's passionate energy. There's attraction. But there's also this, when I look at this character, she's also very wise, not one to really mess around or be fooled. Okay. Like, you can't, like, I feel like your BS detector is really good. I feel like Vaughn the Gemini kind of knows that, but Geminis like to play a little bit too. So sometimes they might try to like push your buttons or joke or something like that, right? But all in good fun for them, right? And that kind of a tendency. So yeah, the fire is there, the attraction, all that energy is there. Girl gone, good night. We'll see you next time if you have to go. Now, what also is looking good, what I really like this energy with the Queen of Wands for you, Marissa. It's the 10 of Pentacles. And this is meaning that this connection with Vaughn does have the potential to stand the test of time. The 10 of Pentacles is real world, like really, we can make this work and it feels good. It feels accomplished. Our relationship feels good. There could be a focus on one of the other of you, or both could be focused on your living expenses, making money, stuff like that. So you could have a little bit of an influence of we have to be understanding of one another's careers or one another's jobs. Okay. Something like that. Or maybe the dating with Vaughn takes a little more timing, got to work out the timing here. But the 10 of Pentacles is beautiful. It's like finding a pot of gold, right? And it just feels really good in the physical world. So we have the attraction, but we also have the practicality that this is a relationship that is moving in the right direction. And you should be hearing from Vaughn by the next new moon. And I think we have a new moon coming up, don't we? We had the full moon in Cancer and we're on our way to a new moon. So that's not very long. Forget when it is. Is it next week? This week? It's coming up. It's coming up. So it's not going to be very long before you hear from Vaughn. It's looking good. It's looking good. Enjoy yourselves. All right. Patience has come up for a few of you. Yeah. Yeah. No Hassam 81. Hello to you. You're a new sub and thank you and yeah, don't forget the thumbs up. Thank you so much. Oh no, you have an evil, abusive ex-husband. Why won't my evil, abusive ex-husband stop targeting and attacking my life, trying to talk, you know what, about me to everyone? I work multiple jobs and finances are terrible. Okay, so you've got enough stress without having the ex to be stalking you. It looks like you have some bad luck in relationships here, Noah-san. So I'm sorry about that. Sounds like there's a lot of lessons here going on. Let's see your question of why won't the evil ex stop targeting? Let me get you a Sacred Traveler Oracle here too. I'm getting a vision here, Noah-san, of like, here's this like drama vortex with the X, and it's like it's kind of like being on the event horizon of a black hole, right? Because the X is just going to drag you into the void of nothingness and absolute drama, and it feels like you're kind of trying to escape that event horizon there, and it doesn't help when they're trying to come back in. You got the judgment card here. You are actually on going through the beginning of a rebirth in your relationships, a complete redesign, a complete rebirth. You're being called to a higher, more healthy, more supportive level of relationships. And I believe this extends to all areas of your life. Okay, everyone. Like, you're really being pulled in. This is a major life lesson for you, is to overcome these toxic relationships, right? That takes a lot of work inside, and you are in this like dust cloud that this black hole is trying to like suck in, and you're trying to escape it so you can go upward on your own spiral. This is what you're being called to here. This is what like all your what God, creator, whatever you built, your spirit guides, they're all calling you, okay? So you need to follow that clarion call because you're meant to come out of this vortex there. I think the energy that you're going to have to embody is a little more of a masculine active energy of like setting the boundary. You will not cross this line. The King of Swords, and look, the king, he's sitting comfortably in his throne. And I don't see this as the X, okay? Because the X is there, especially a toxic X and abusive and like that, they're not in king energy. So you have to then rise into your own energies that are active and that are going to set the boundaries for you. This king has unsheathed the sword here and has something to say and is going to lay down the law, lay down the boundaries. Okay. And I think you're going to have to get a bit defined about that. Okay. It may even mean like, I don't know where you live, but like in the States, we have what's called restraining orders. Okay. Where that person can't come in contact with you, they can't come around you. They, you may have to get it where, I don't know, they could still go talk stuff, right? They could still go talk stuff, but they'll only do that. A person like that will only do that as long as they know they're getting to you. So you want to make sure you're not engaged in that. King of Swords would not engage in like a social media Facebook battle like that. They're going to take the high road. You have to remember you want to go on the upward spiral. So you have to take the high road with that. Beyond all of this says beneath the surface lies great bounty. But beyond all of this for you, Noah-san, is the treasure you're seeking. It's the financial balance. It's the freedom from this toxic ex. Okay. And this dragons represent our consciousness. They're like the consciousness holders, right? They kind of remind me of like ancient, I think modern day like horses or like dragons. So horse medicine might be good for you, or just working with the energy of the dragon of consciousness to let go and clear out everything that's in your way, all this dust, all this debris, not engaging in it, but going beyond it. And beyond it, there's a lot of treasure within you and for your life, for this next phase of your life, this leveling up that you're waiting for. Okay. It's like the greater being of you, the higher self is waiting and calling. You're being called by your entire team, spiritually and energetically, to disengage as much as possible. I know if there's a situation where you might have kids or something like that, it gets a little tricky, right? But the King of Swords is going to get the legal backing he needs. He's going to speak up. He's going to set the boundaries, and you may have to step into that energy. Okay. Thank you so much for coming on. I've got I Sheris. Why Bilal Shadab, mom, haven't responded on this arranged marriage proposal. I did send the photo, but she hasn't responded yet. Okay, so there's an arranged marriage proposal. That's very different from what I'm used to here, but I know that that sometimes happens, and I certainly hope that it's an arrangement that you're happy with. Why hasn't she responded? Let's get a cosmic timing too to see if we can get an idea of maybe is it just delayed or something like that. Why hasn't Bilal Shadab's mom responded on the marriage proposal? I think we might have a little bit of a timing issue here. First of all, we've got the King of Wands. This energy can indicate with Bilal's mom, you might be dealing with someone who has a little bit of issues around control. They want to like maintain control, kind of like make you sweat. The King of Wands, it can be a beautiful energy of transformation and moving forward. But the shadow aspect of the King of Wands is ego and control and trying to like hold the power. So this could be one of those situations where um if she hasn't responded, it has to do with like her trying to control the situation or Bilal and you, right? There's this kind of energy where there's like a pride and maybe an arrogance and a little bit of ego going on with mom where she doesn't want to let go of the control and she's kind of like sitting stubbornly in that. I do think the energy is going to open up at some point. At some point, it feels like it becomes unreasonable to continue waiting. So we get the Ace of Pentacles. And I think that this arrangement will move forward. It's looking pretty good. Okay. It's looking pretty good. It's looking like this will be honored, it will be upheld. But for some reason, with this controlling mom, you may have to wait a little bit. We got in April. So it may be a few months before like you actually get the full green light here on it. Could be that mom is considering other candidates or something like that. But in the meantime, you're just being asked to uphold who you are and what your desires are, making sure that this is a path that you want to continue down. The Ace of Pentacles is very real world, it's very earthy energy. Is this what you want? If it is, trust it. It may take a little more time. You may have a little bit of a third party influence here. Okay. But that's what it's looking like for you. All righty. Thank you so much for joining. I've got OSUS 5310. OSUS, hello. You just want a general reading of like what's coming up in the future. Okay. And it's your first question. Welcome, welcome. I will be back. For those of you who just joined, this will be my last reading because it is 8 o'clock. Okay. Nancy, I'll have to catch you. Well, or Nancy, I'll do you, Nancy. I got to do Nancy. Nancy's such a good supporter. Okay. I'll do Osas and then Nancy, and then we'll be done for tonight. But I will be back again on the 25th of January. And then again in February, I believe it's on the 8th and the 22nd here on the channel, same time, same place, and we'll be doing that again. So some of you might want to, come back in and do a little refresh and see how things are going. Girl Gone, if I skipped you too, let me do you too. I'm going to finish the people I see now, and then I'll have to stop. I'll have to stop after Nancy G. Okay. But I'm going to do, if I skipped Girl Gone, I'm so sorry if I skipped you. I didn't see a question earlier on, but we will get you done. Okay, Osas first. Could you give me a general future reading? Okay, so what's coming up for Osas? Ooh, honestly, it's looking pretty good. Let me get a cosmic energy card. Osas. Oh, big energies coming your way. It feels good to me. Oh my, yes. All right, so first of all, I'm going to mention a few astrological signs here for you, Osas, because I'm seeing them in the cards, okay? The Chariot, this is connected to the sign of Cancer. This is about like you're able to move forward in your life without exerting like a whole lot of energy. You're kind of being carried on some good emotional energy or stream of consciousness that it just feels great, like you're being drawn forward, like in balance. See how we have the Sphinx here, the silver and the gold? It's like your past and your present. Your make new friends, but keep the old. One is silver, the other is gold. So we have the past, the present, and the future. There we go, all coming together for you in this Chariot card. I feel like this gives you a sense of that you're on the right track in your life, that it feels good. This would be in multiple areas too, like just in general, you feel good about where everything's at. This is what's you're moving toward, but also what's coming toward and meeting you. Because remember, I said you're not expending a whole lot of effort here. You're able to take care of yourself quite well. Things seem steady, right? And what is important here as you progress into the future, Osas, is the Hermit card here. The Hermit card, okay? This would be you really seeming as things are going good, and if you have like a rougher path now, it is going to smooth out a bit. You're going to have this integration time with the Hermit, which is Virgo energy, okay? So you can look for these energies, Cancer and Virgo, in your chart, a water and an earth. I really think it's a nice combination where you're going to be integrating a lot of what you've learned. It's almost like, I almost want to say you're someone who's going through a Saturn return or some sort of life review where you're really able to integrate a lot of wisdom of what you've learned so far. And it's really going to help you watch out for like the obstacles. Maybe this being a snake and us coming out of the year of the wood snake, maybe this is all the lessons you've learned over the past year kind of coming together. I would take a little time for yourself, with yourself, to meditate, to go inward. Maybe you need to retreat into the woods a little bit and just have some nature time by yourself because the hermit craves not isolation, but solitude where the hermit can hear their own inner voice. And this is what's coming up for you. And what's opening more and more and more is prosperity. You got both hard work, but also a love for life. The hard work, where you put your thoughts, where you put your energy, but the love for life, the Cancerian energy, enjoying your home, enjoying your family, enjoying the money you're making, enjoying your lifestyle, and prosperity coming up here. So it's honestly looking like if you've had a rough past couple of years, it's looking like for you, Osas, it's going to get better and better and better. Okay. So that's wonderful. Yay. Good. Okay. We're going to Girl Gone and then Nancy. Stick with me here. We're almost done. And then I have to wrap it up because I'm getting hot. I need to turn down the heat. Jason had it turned down. I turned it back up. Now I'm going to turn it back down. But this energy is really flowing. Okay. Girl Gone. I know she had to leave and she said goodnight. But if you're still here, girl, and I got you. I'm sorry if I skipped you. You want to know if everything is going to work out for you in your situation right now. Okay. Are things going to be working out for Girl Gone in her situation right now? Are things, whew. I can definitely see why you're asking this. Let me get you also a cosmic energy card here. I feel like you're waking up and like every day you're faced with like multiple decisions. I don't know if this is your interactions with others, if it's what you should do with your time, but you've got the 7 of Cups to start off here. And that I just feel like every day you've got like a million things you're faced with. I've got to take care of this. I should spend my time doing that. This kid needs my attention. This person needs my attention. I'm trying to get my spiritual private time in. And it feels a little like you haven't said you're overwhelmed, but it kind of feels like that. Like there's so many possibilities here. And I think if you can reframe, because you are being asked to look at things differently with the hanged man here, to get a new perspective, girl gone. If you can reframe everything going on around you, this like puzzle that you're like, is this going to work out this situation? If you can reframe it to whatever choices you make are going to gift you something different. All right. Prosperity, consciousness, love, momentum, communication, reflection, home and hearth, right? We've got a little bit of everything. Freedom here. I think that your Capricorn energy is really going to help you with this, okay? Because I'm getting determination. It's a strong sense of determination that is going to help you push through. You absolutely can achieve anything. This situation will work out for you one way or another. I think you're just going to have to make some choices and roll with them and commit to them with that Capricorn determination, okay? So when you're looking at this card, just reflecting on this card itself right here, what stands out to you the most and start there. That's the thread you need to pull or focus on. The Hanged Man here, now, maybe what the situation that you're dealing with, it could have to do with finances, because we kind of see as the hanged man is hanging upside down on this contraption here, the gold coins are kind of falling out of the pocket, right? So you may be facing some situations where you're like, how's there going to be the resources or the finances to cover this? Or if I spend time doing that, how am I going to focus on this? How am I going to get that? Or is this person going to come through, right, for me or not? So like you're kind of the subconscious shadow energy is that I feel is kind of like you saying to me, I'm damned if I do and I'm damned if I don't. Okay. And that's the shadow energy that you want to go into here, because that is a bit of that lack matrix trying to like grasp on, when really you have so many choices that can lead. Look at the illumination behind this card to the outcome you're looking for. It really feels like this is going to pass for you, but you're going to have to stay determined and commit to the trust in yourself and the belief in yourself. And if there is any of that shadowy energy, I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't, like that can prevent you from taking the steps you need to take, right? Because you're going to feel like the cup's empty no matter what I do. That's kind of the energy to overcome and be determined to conquer that subconscious pattern in there. Some of us really establish that because of what we've really dealt with early in life. Some of us have dealt with extreme hardships where, as young people, things haven't worked out. But, if there's any kind of astrological zodiac energy that can push through, and, I see Capricorns as like the earth magicians. I say this again and again. It's like a bulldozing energy, and they will make it through. Make no mistake about that. I think about those. I know the Capricorn is like the sea goat, right? But I think about those little mountain rams that just can jump and balance and figure things out. It's not always maybe an ideal spot, but somehow they make even the less ideal feel the most ideal. So just keep that in mind there. It's going to take some determination. Thank you for speaking up again and let me know. I might have skipped you. We're going to do Nancy, and then I got to check out for tonight, but I will be back on what did I say it was? The 25th in 2 weeks, Sunday from 7 to 8. Nancy says, thank you, Nancy, for the well wishes. Can I have a reading in how this year for school will be for me. Okay, for school for Nancy. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, okay. 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 And we're going to get you a sacred traveler oracle here, Nancy. If anybody else joined and has asked a question, I see Mystic Moon Baby. I'll have to catch you next time because I'm about worn out tonight and I have been sick, so I don't want to push it too hard. But you can come in next time. Try to come closer to the 7 p.m. Central Time hour if possible. Also, in my description, I have ways you can connect with me. I often run specials on Instagram. So you can follow me there at Creators on the Crest. Let me know who you are. Send me a DM and then they'll know you came from YouTube and get connected there. I'll run those in my stories and I do have personal readings as well. So, Nancy, this year for school for you, it's looking honestly really good. A lot of attractive energy to learning, to knowledge, to the flow of information and communication going on here with the Queen of Swords. Very strong energy. The Queen of Swords has a lot of determination. I know I just spoke to Girl Gone about determination. There's determination in this Queen of Swords as well. I feel that there's not going to be a lot of wasted time this year. So in the past, you might have felt more like time was being wasted, perhaps. I'm kind of hearing like, or like maybe feeling like you missed an opportunity. It does not feel like that moving forward or anything to do with learning or the school situation. It seems like everything's clear, everything's pretty laid out, and that you are confident in actually moving forward in these energies. So this feels like mentorship and student teacher relationships are looking clear, are looking good. It looks like a good vibe. It looks like things are going to be going really well for learning this year. Honestly, it does. And what I really love is we have kind of these white doves. I'm getting freedom and peace. Feels like something that is good for you, gives you freedom and the peace that you're looking for in your life. There may be some new friendships forming. Remember, I got this card at the beginning for Karen as well, and she's working on formulating friendships. Again, this is a sisterhood energy. So this is going to be like-minded, like-hearted women in the community, perhaps through school. Might be some new meetings, but something that to me it feels like you might be a little surprised that something that you like somebody like I think for you, it's going to be about going beyond first impressions in people you're around. Once you get past that first impression, you're like, oh, I really like this person and they really like me and we're really getting along and we can like flow together and I'm finding friendship here and I'm finding sisterhood and I'm finding the good feels, right? Doesn't necessarily have to be with real life sisters. It could mean an improvement in that area, Nancy, where there's an understanding and a flow that goes a little better, but also friendships. So if you're asking about school, it feels like it's having a positive effect in this area as well. And something I kind of feel like this would be a little bit later in the school year, but we've got a transformation here. A fresh new way of living emerges. This could mean an opportunity of some kind opening up through this experience through school this year. We've got the phoenix rising from the ashes, but this to me doesn't feel like a sad burning down. It kind of feels like it's time for this. It's time for this transformation. It's time for this to unfold. Like I don't feel bad. Something new is being born out of this and it feels really good. So honestly, it's looking pretty illuminated, pretty good for you here. And I like the way I see you feeling as this character of the Queen of Swords. Strong. She has good boundaries. She sets those good boundaries for herself, those good healthy boundaries. And really relating to others and having some positive relationships come in as a result of this environment for you. All right. Thank you, everyone, so much. If I missed you this time, I am so sorry, but we got to have some boundaries around the time as well. It was so nice to have all of you here. I will be putting out videos this week, so keep an eye out. And I will also be live here on the channel on Frequency Friday. It's not personal readings, but I do some really powerful collective readings. And normally, the people who are able to show up, it's 10 a.m. Central on Friday, they end up feeling like they get a personal reading sometimes because I'm really picking up on their energy. So you might want to hang out with us on Friday as well. Some people are at work, so they work and lurk. They kind of listen and they kind of, but you can also catch the replay on that as well. So I will be seeing you all. Thank you so much. And from the bottom of my heart, I have the deepest gratitude for you, the creators community. I can't wait to see you next time.